arms, and beat.
Motions of the firings on all occasions. Regulars on the right and the provincials on the left. Now, this exercise starts with the musket on the right shoulder, in which, upon practicing each motion, these soldiers would be ordered to join your right hand to your firelock.
1, 2.
Notice they count out 1, 2 together, a cadence between movements so that they know they're working in unison. Then they'll be ordered to recover your firelocks,
1, 2.
bringing the weapon over to their right side. Open the pans. Notice they face completely to the right. They open their pans. And then they'll get the order to handle your cartridge. They grab that cartridge out of their boxes, bringing that cartridge up to their mouth with their elbows up so they can easily tear it open upon the command to open the cartridge. You'll notice this exercise is pretty straightforward. The next command they will receive is to prime, in which they shake a little bit of that gunpowder into the pan, placing their pinky and ring finger behind the hammer so that they can then shut your pans.
1,
They
2.
shut that priming charge close, and they kick the butt of the musket forward, so holding the cartridge next to the muzzle so they can then load with cartridge. And they pour the powder down the barrel, pressing the ball into the end of the muzzle. They break their rammers free. Draw the rammer.
1, 2.
And they draw the rammer together, shortening that rammer on their waist belt, starting it on top of the ball into the muzzle. Ram down the cartridge.
1, 2.
Upon ramming everything down to the breech of the musket, they bring the rammer back into the loops under the gun, return the rammer.
1, 2.
They finish returning that rammer and they bring the weapon, the lock, to their sword belts, in which they can then get the order to shoulder.
1, 2.
Now, once these soldiers are loaded, they can go ahead and give fire. And General Amherst wanted to make sure every soldier, whether provincial or regular, were good marksmen. He sets up targets outside of the camp at Lake George, ordering each battalion of soldiers at different times to practice upon making their marks at these targets. Now, once they are loaded and ready to fire, they'll get the orders to join your right hand to your firelock.
1, 2.
Recover your firelock.
1, 2.
Make ready. And you'll notice a few things happen. You'll notice the front rank man. He's going to drop his knee, kicking his right foot back, cocking the weapon as the butt of it hits the ground. Now the rear rank man takes an 18-inch step back with his right foot to create the space for that front rank man's foot to kick back. And upon the order to present, they all take sight on their target and wait quietly and patiently for the order to fire. In each company, there were 2 platoons. So how many platoons do you have in a battalion?
A lot.
10 companies, 2 platoons each.
20.
20. Very good. You didn't expect to do math today, did you? So you can imagine 20 platoons in 1 battalion. And General Amherst ordered that these soldiers practice firing by platoon. Now that meant a little bit different for the regulars, who had their own way of practicing or falling into platoons. But the provincials, you'll notice, they were actually ordered to have their officers that they were familiar with stay with their platoons, where a regular battalion actually could get mixed up with any officer within the battalion. But nonetheless, if they were firing by platoons, you can imagine a platoon all the way down on the right of the line, and the platoons, all 20 of them, going to their left. Now, does each platoon have to fire at once? No. So what you would do is you would have the platoon all the way on the right of the line and the one just left of center give fire. Then the platoons to the left of those platoons give fire. And then the platoons to the left of them give fire until you get to the next platoon.
Make ready. 1, 2. 1, 2. Present. Fire. Prime and load.
And then the next platoon. Hey, ready! 2. And notice, as the platoon that just gave fire, notice they go right back to the to priming and loading their weapons.
Fire! Prime and load.
So that by the time you get to the first platoons that have fired, they are already reloaded and they start firing, going back down the line. 2 platoons
ready.
firing at a time.
1, 2. Present. Fire. Half cock, firelock. Shut pen. Shoulder. 1, 2.
Hey, ready!
2. 1, 2. Present. Fire. Half cock your.
It's Our Majesty King George's birthday. General Amherst at Crown Point has ordered and seen fit that we celebrate this occasion, ordering yesterday, November 9th, a feu de joie is to be fired tomorrow for the King's birthday and for the very great success it has pleased God to grant His Majesty's arms and fleet during the course of the present year. As the season is so far advanced that it admits no delay in preparing the fortress for the garrison, and that the army may go to winter quarters, the men must work tomorrow as usual, but are to leave off at 3 o'clock. The grenadiers of the army are to be under arms at 1 o'clock. Colonel Haviland will receive his orders from the general. When the evening gun fires, the line is to turn out instantly and under arms in front of their camps. Worcester's regiment to draw on the left of Gage's, Whiting's on the left of Worcester's, Ruggles 2nd Battalion, their right to Whiting's on the left, and the left to the Grenadiers, who will close into the right of the light infantry of the regiment to make room for the above corps. Soon after the evening gun is fired, Gage's light infantry's fort is to fire 7 guns, followed by the same number from the light infantry of regiments, their fort, and then the Grenadiers' fort in the like manner. The corps then fire a volley, each beginning by the Royal, following Late Prideaux's, Inniskilling's, Royal Highlanders, Montgomery's, Late Forbes's, Schuyler's, Fitch's, Babcock's, Gage's, Worcester's, Whiting's, Ruggles 2nd Battalion, Grenadiers, and light infantry of the regiments. The fortress then is to fire 21 guns. At the last gun, all the battalions to make ready to fire, to fire running fire from right to left, beginning on the right of the Royals and ending on the left of the light infantry of the regiments. The park of artillery is then to fire 21 guns, after which a signal gun will be fired from the fortress. The whole fires a general volley. The men will then give 3 huzzas. The regiments to turn into their camps, and rum and 2 barrels of beer will be given to each corps before mentioned. The artillery and rangers that every man in the army may drink the king's health. The outposts, rangers, and guards are not to fire. Seeing fit that we celebrate King George, our Majesty's birthday here at Ticonderoga as well, I order a feu de joie, starting on the right of the line, going to the left, ending with Worcesters. Make ready!
1, 2. 1, 2.
Present! To the left. Fire! To the king's health!
Fire load.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they do it sometimes. That's the guy you're talking to.
Get him up.
Great shot.
Make ready!
1, 2. 1,
Yeah,
2.
we do this now.
Present! Fire! Prime and load.
Here comes the cannon. And we gotta get out of the way because that cannon will.
To the Prince of Wales and the royal family!
We can fire the guns again.
They're not.
No, that's awful.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Make ready!
1, 2. 1, 2.
Fine and show.
Present! Fire!
I know he fires 3 times because he told me. When we went in there and I showed you the shot, before you came in, he was.
Forget it.
Yes. Thanks.
To the prosperity of His Majesty's dominions in America! Make ready!
1, 2. 1, 2.
Present! Fire! Half cock your firelocks. Shut pans. Shoulder your firelocks.
2.
They're done, but there's one they're putting cannon now.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip hip!
Hey!
Hip hip!
Hey!
Hip hip!
Hey!
Cover your firelocks. As it is General Amherst's observation that you all have gotten home in your heads, and nothing more can encourage you to continue His Majesty's works, though the whole country depends upon it, the General orders you to march to the shore where bateaux have been arranged for your crossing over to the Hampshire Grants, where you will march to number 4 on the Connecticut River by the new road recently laid. Provincial colonels, as per their request, will each be given one of His Majesty's horses, each to carry them home. Upon arriving at number 4, you will see Lieutenant Small to receive passes for home, and Lieutenant Elliott for your pay. Take note, you will not be paid until you arrive to number 4. You will receive provisions for your march. In lieu of provisions, you will receive 4 pence per day. Go ahead and, Willards, fall into the front rank. Pipe and drums to the left base. Pipe and drums to the front. March. Take care. Halt. To the right base. Have a good journey over the Green Mountains.
Beat the long march. To the front. March.